What's happening, folks out there, broadcasting live to you and yours. You are listening to or watching another episode of the Gaming Watch podcast. This is episode number 88. Thank you all for tuning in today. We really appreciate it. I'm your host, Justin Reed, aka Too Tall for You Fool, alongside my main man, the F-Man, Artview Gaming OVG himself, Finest Dabs.
Yo, what's going on?
All right, before we continue, just thank you for listening to whatever platform you're listening to us on, whatever that may be. And if you're watching us, thank you for listening to us on whatever platform you're watching us on, whatever that may be. We are on Patreon also, so be sure to support us on there if you would like to support the show. Links to everything, along with the articles that we'll be discussing today, will be in the show notes. And with that being said, we got a very great show for you guys today. So before we get into it, how you been, F? How's your week been? How's everything been going?
I've been doing well. It's been a good week. I beat the game that.
Oh yes, so you beat the game finally. Yes,
Yeah.
You let us all know in the Discord that you beat the game. So
I beat the game. It was I don't know. I'm happy. I know we're gonna go into that into a second, so I'll just leave it at that. But how are you doing?
All right, I'm doing good. Before we get into game talk, I'll just work's been good this week, going to a new schedule, so I'm very excited about that. But I did watch a movie last night from our childhood. It was, believe it or not, if you have Disney Plus, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. Yes, they made a movie. It made a comeback. Disney Afternoon is back. So
I've been hearing good things about it. Yeah, how'd you like it?
I thought it was very funny, very interesting. I kind of want to watch it again. If you remember Who Framed Roger Rabbit, it's a little along the lines of that.
Okay.
And then, Roger Rabbit actually makes an appearance along with a bunch of other tunes. I don't want to give away
spoil it.
I don't want to give away too many spoilers, but I think this one has already been across the internet. Ugly Sonic makes an appearance.
He does. I've seen several pictures, and he's not looking good. He's looking worse.
He looks worse than ever. Like I'm trying to think. Like, how did Disney? Well, one, it shows you that Disney actually does have relationships with other companies across, the stratosphere. Like when it comes to that sort of thing, I wonder, like, what kind of deal they made with Sega, unless Sega just straight up scrapped it and they were like, okay, you could use it, just call him Ugly Sonic.
Yeah, I'm sure Sega wasn't like, you have to pay us like a ton of money to use Ugly Sonic. I'm sure Sega was like, yeah, we think that'll be hilarious. Go ahead and take the character.
It's just so funny, like. But yeah, I don't want, like I said, I don't want to give away too much. But another cool thing that happened, our hometown of San Pedro, California, got name dropped in the movie.
Yeah, you were telling me that in the Discord. That's interesting. I can't wait to see the movie. Don't spoil it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil it, but it did get name dropped. So I mean, always gotta say something when our hometown gets name dropped. So that's pretty cool, and for those of you listening, we are pretty nostalgic, and Disney Afternoon, running home to watch all those shows, whether it be DuckTales, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, Darkwing Duck, just the name, Goof Troop,
Hmm.
Yeah, it was very, very special. It's finally good to see because this was like my second favorite one. DuckTales was, I think everyone's favorite when it came to it. But
Yeah, DuckTales was great.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I think this show, I think it was just overlooked for so many years. It was just good to see that, hey, Disney didn't forget about this show and
Think
let's
you're
just make it a movie.
think you're dating us a little bit. Just you're letting everyone know we're children of the '80s for sure.
Yeah, I guess if you want to put it that way.
Yeah.
All right, man. So besides Horizon Forbidden West, what else have you been playing this week? We know that you beat the game.
That was it, man. I put about 100 hours into the game, and it was great. I mean, man, I there's so much more I wanted to do. I was giving, like, if you've watched previous episodes, I've been giving updates about my percentage through the game and how far I'm in the game and everything. But yeah, I only ended at like 60% of the game finished. So there's
Are
still
you
plenty.
serious?
Yeah, there's still plenty of game left, and I could have
Hmm.
finished the game way earlier than that. And it actually, when playing the final boss, final boss was so easy. It
Oh,
was so easy, and like I stealthed my way through the level, so I didn't even fight anyone until I got to, well, I had to fight one person, which was mandatory. So
mm,
the boss before the final boss, but the Zeniths is what they call them. So I had to fight one Zenith, and then I fought another one for the boss battle at the end. But yeah, it was really easy. Like, just dominated it. Like, I could have probably I probably like did I was at level 41 when I got to them.
mm-hmm,
Probably could have did it around like level, I would say, like maybe like 25, maybe 30. Um, but anyway, yeah, the game was great. I loved that I got the Sunwing, the Sunwings, the flying pterodactyl type of creature. Just a lot of fun. And after that, I mean, I really haven't had an opportunity to touch it because I've been playing or not playing. I've been painting my son's room,
oh
so that's
yes.
been that's been my mission. I still might go back to Horizon Zero Dawn because there's
Hmm.
not a lot to play right now, and I'm kind of
Yeah.
strapped for cash. But I want to play Elden Ring next. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So, well, for me, I have a copy of it right here. I picked up. Well, I didn't pick it up. My brother had an extra copy of Kirby and the Forgotten Land, so he slid it my way. And as long as you've known me, this is the first Kirby game I've ever owned.
Okay.
So, I
Okay, it's
mean,
about time.
yeah, I guess. Well, I mean, I know I can play some more of them now on Switch Online. I mean, and we'll get into that a little later. But so far, so good. I mean, I only did like the first level, and it seems like it's going to be a pretty easy game. So I'm thinking I'm just going to pretty much take my sweet time with it.
Yeah.
Another game I picked up. I saw it for only $20 at GameStop. Remember
Hmm.
this? Wild Guns. Wild Guns.
Wait,
I
wait. Let
didn't.
me see it. Let me see it again.
Wild Guns Reloaded. Reloaded. It was that old Super Nintendo
Mm,
classic.
no, I don't remember, bro.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
a shooter, and it's so fun. It's just like it definitely was ahead of its time because it's way easier to use a joystick as opposed to a D-pad when playing this game like with your thing. I wish I had recorded some gameplay for you, but maybe next
It's
week.
okay.
But
Yeah, give it to us next week or sometime after.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. So, but it's just such a fun arcade shooter. It is pretty hard, so I think I'm just gonna play on beginner and maybe just beat it for y'all. Maybe do it on stream or let's play or something. But I definitely will record some footage of that. And then another game I've been playing is I've kind of stepped back into Metroid Dread. Who says that replay value isn't high enough with games that you've beaten? Well, I'm just playing it on normal again. I'm just going through it casually, and
Yeah.
I just want to see if I could just get everything, collect everything. I don't know. Just maybe I'm bored. Maybe it's just lack of games that are coming out right now. Kind of put WWE 2K22 to the side this week, but I'll jump into it again sometime at some
Okay.
point. But just so yeah, I've been playing just going back and forth between those games right
Yeah.
now. Just
You got a
you
lot.
know
You got a lot of gaming going on.
yeah.
Unlike my side, where I have like I don't have anything now that I beat Horizon.
Yeah, so I mean,
Yeah.
I think for me, I can never run out of games to play ever, whether it
Oh,
be
I don't.
current, retro.
I definitely have plenty of games to play. I mean, I
Yeah,
know we're gonna be talking about it in a little bit, but yeah, just I can jump into Game Pass and there's probably like 10, 15 games that I can play right now for free versus like picking up Elden Ring. So
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, and that's pretty much it for me in terms of what I've been playing. But everything's been going good, and then let's jump in to speaking of services. PlayStation Plus. I know you're ready for this, but we're gonna talk about some of the games that are going to be coming out for it. And then I know you could probably elaborate on this more than I can since I'm just sticking with my basic subscription and you're getting pretty much everything. But
Yep.
we'll start with the PS4 and PS5 catalog. Of course, it's a big list. I'm not going to go through everything, but of course, you're going to get your Spider-Mans, your Last of Us, your Uncharted, your Wipeouts, your God of
Oh
War.
man, you need to just to jump in, dive into the PlayStation at least first party studios. I
All
know it's
right.
a big list, but let's go ahead
Oh,
and do
okay.
that.
All right, fine. Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it.
Yeah.
Alien Nation, Bloodborne, Concrete Genie, Days Gone, Dead Nation Apocalypse Edition, Death Stranding and Death Stranding's Director's Cut, Demon Souls, Destruction All Stars, Everybody's Golf, Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut, God of War, Gravity Rush 2, Gravity Rush Remastered, Horizon Zero Dawn, Infamous First Light, Infamous Second Son, Knack, Little Big Planet 3. I kind of do want to play that game. Loco Roco Remastered, Loco Roco 2 Remastered, Marvel Spider-Man, Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales, Matterfall, Medieval, Patapon Remastered, Patapon 2 Remastered, Resogun, Returnal, Shadow of the Colossus, Tearaway Unfolded, The Last Guardian, The Last of Us Remastered, The Last of Us Left Behind, Until Dawn, Uncharted, The Nathan Drake Collection, Uncharted 4, A Thief's End, Uncharted, The Lost Legacy, and Wipeout Omega Collection. Many
Nice.
of these games I already do have, though.
Okay.
Any of these games here that you're looking forward to?
Yeah, I mean, oh my gosh, that's
That's
a
a, it's a pretty
that's a
big
funny
list.
question. Yeah, I mean, like, look it. I mean, any diehard PlayStation gamer is gonna have played a lot of these games already. But super stoked to dive into mm, man, I'm thinking about which ones I played. I played Gravity Rush. I played God of War. I played. Well, I have Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut already because that came in PlayStation Plus
Hmm.
for free already. So I guess Concrete Genie would be one. Let's see. Beyond that, I have Little Big Planet 3. I have Infamous. Played that. Played that. Shadow of the Colossus. Played that. Resogun. Played that. Last of Us. Got yep, yep. No, I have all these games, or I played them all myself. So, I think Ghost of Tsushima is going to be the biggest game that
Yeah,
I'm looking to play, and
I think
Concrete Genie.
I think you'll like it a lot because it's a very good game. I mean, I beat it last year, so it's very good, very good story, very good gameplay.
Yeah. How about you,
Combat's very
bud?
great. Yeah,
What are,
I
what
think
are you
for
looking for?
me, if I was gonna get it, Little Big Planet 3 for sure, definitely, and
Mhm.
then I recently got the probably Uncharted 4, Thief's End, and Lost Legacy. I already got the Nathan Drake collection, so in terms of like what I actually own, and then maybe Concrete Genie. I'd give that a go.
Yeah.
So I mean, definitely.
I think. I mean, okay. Once again, we're going to talk about this later, but
Hmm.
I think we should just jump into it. Jump into it now. The next topic.
Okay.
Because I'm excited for this, and this might bring me back to some of the older games.
Okay. All right. So we go on to third party studios, or you want to go to the classic catalog now on this list?
We can do classic first, yeah. Whatever
All
role,
right.
works for you.
So PlayStation Studios. So the classic catalog that includes, for at least for the original PlayStation and PSP, they haven't released all the games yet, but Ape Escape, Hot Shots Golf, IQ Intelligent Cube, Jumping Flash, Siphon Filter, and Super Stardust Portable. Any of these? I didn't really play any of these games growing up. But what about you? Any of these games you played back in the day?
Yeah, Ape Escape actually holds up pretty freaking well. So
Okay.
if you're looking to play like a good like just like
Mm.
action I guess game like very much like reminiscent of I don't know like your Spyros and what are the games like your Jack and Daxters and things like that. Like Ape Escape is a good one, but Ape Escape is like a weird Japanese game where you're catching monkeys. So yeah, that one holds up really well. Love that. Hot Shots Golf, always a good time. I think having an IQ Intelligent Cube is interesting, and also Jumping Flash. But
Mm,
Siphon Filter, I think, is the big one on this one. Ben Studios just announced that there's going to be trophy support for that game.
yeah,
So,
that's
and
the next topic. If you want to just jump into that now, we can just
yeah,
go back and forth.
I
I
couldn't
know.
resist since you mentioned it, but
All right. I had a
but
feeling.
yeah, that was the game. Like, I'm just like, oh, like that's interesting, and I might play like some of these older games because of that. Like,
Mm,
I don't know, we don't know how many of these games will potentially have trophy support, but just the fact that PlayStation's like thinking about that at a time
yeah.
is is pretty awesome. And I'm not like a big trophy hunter or anything,
Yeah.
but
I think it's cool at the end of the day, you know,
yeah,
just
I mean, you're giving people that potentially have never played, like you just said, like you haven't played a lot of these games.
mhm.
It gives you a reason to go back.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily like the best reason, like if you're not big into trophies, but like it does give you a reason, and you can get that like sense of accomplishment that like trophies like typically give when playing games.
Yeah. And then another thing with trophies too, well, RetroArch, if there is a website called Retro Achievements, if you guys are into the whole emulation scene with RetroArch, you can get achievements by playing some of these games too if you create an account. It's actually pretty cool. So,
Mhm.
I mean, it gives you like you said, a sense of accomplishment. You know, going through a game again and just be like, yes, I got the accomplishment for this one. It really doesn't matter what platform it's on, whether it be Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox. You know, just I think it's pretty cool
Yeah.
at the end of the day. So we'll go into we'll go into some of more of these PlayStation Studios games, remaster games: Ape Escape 2, Ark the Land, Twilight of the Spirits, Dark Cloud 2, Fantavision, Hot Shots Tennis, Jack 2, Jack 3, Jack X Combat Racing, Jack and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy, Rogue Galaxy, Siren, and Wild Arms 3. So that's a pretty good one. And then PS3 original party studios games, Crash Commando, Demon Souls. I'm sure a lot of people are going to try to get into that one again.
Yeah.
Echo Chrome, Hot Shots Golf Out of Bounds, Hot Shots Golf World Invitational, Ico, Infamous 2. Those were some good games. Infamous Festival of Blood, Loco Roco, Correco. I hope I said that right. Motorstorm, Apocalypse, Motorstorm RC, Puppeteer, Rain, and of course Ratchet and Clank Quest for the Booty, Ratchet and Clank A Crack in Time, Ratchet and Clank into the Nexus, Resistance 3, Super Stardust, Tokyo Jungle, When Vikings Attack.
Yeah.
That's pretty strong, and I mean, and now it sucks with the PS3 games. Unfortunately, they're only available for streaming,
Hmm.
which I'm not very happy about. I mean, once they fix that, maybe I'd highly consider maybe getting this thing. But until then, if I really want to play any of these PS3 games, I still got mine connected right here. I will just go out and look for the game. That's just me. Uh, any thoughts on any more of those first party games that I mentioned? Anything else that anyone should play or should think about playing or that you want to
Yeah,
play?
I mean, there, like you said, it's a strong showing. There's a
Mm,
lot of good games here. I mean, Demon Souls, really starting out the Soulsborne genre. Hot
yeah.
Shots Golf is just so much fun. One of the best golfing games out there. So, the Hot Shot series is a lot of fun. Eco, you know, is the same makers of Shadow of Colossus is Japan Studios. So yeah, that game is like infamous for being a PlayStation 3 game, and just really launching the PlayStation to the next level. Yeah, the Infamous series was great. Ratchet and Clank. If you haven't played a Ratchet and Clank game yet, I guess this is a great place to start.
Yeah.
And yeah, Super Stardust HD is a lot of fun. So yeah, there's a lot of good from the first party here. But I think out of everything you named right here, like out of everything you named so far, the third party partners, um,
Mm.
are actually the ones that I'd be most interested in this entire list. Because, like I said, I already own a lot of these games, and I've like played or beat
All
them.
right, we'll go over the third party real quick, and it's not too much.
Yeah, it's a short list.
It's kind of short. We'll do we'll start from the top. Third party partners: Ashen, Assassin's Creed, Valhalla, Batman: Arkham Knight, Celeste, City Skyline, Control Ultimate Edition, Dead Cells, one of your favorites, Far Cry 3 Remaster, Far Cry 4, Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy 15 Royal Edition, For Honor, Hollow Knight, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, Mortal Kombat 11, Naruto Shippuden, Ultimate Ninja Storm. I know I bust that
It's
up.
okay. It's okay.
NBA 2K22, Outer Wilds, Red Dead Redemption 2, Resident Evil, Soul Calibur 6, uh, see, South Park, The Fractured But Whole, The Artful Escape, The Crew
But
2,
the fractured what?
Fractured, why did I say Fractured? South Park, The Fractured But Whole, The Artful Escape, excuse me, I'm just trying to read through this real fast.
No, you're fine. I'm just
The
messing with
Crew
you.
2, Tom Clancy's The Division. And then I guess for PS1 games or PSP, we got your favorite, Mr. Driller,
Oh yeah.
Tekken 2, Worms World Party, Worms Armageddon. And then, of course, for the classic catalog, we got Bio Remastered, Borderlands The Handsome Collection, Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition, Kingdoms of
Almalar.
Amalar,
Mhm.
Re-Reckoning, thank you. Lego Harry Potter Collection. That's a good one. That's a
Yeah.
good one. And then for the PS3 collection, we got Ashura's Wrath, excuse me, Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2, Devil May Cry HD Edition, Enslaved Odyssey to the West, Fear, Lost Planet 2, Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2, and Red Dead Redemption: The Undead Nightmare.
Yeah.
And then, yes, we also have some time limited game trials too.
Hmm.
From PlayStation Studios, we have the Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection, Horizon Forbidden West, and then third parties, we have Cyberpunk 2077, Mark's favorite, Farming Simulator 22,
Yep.
Tiny Tina's Wonderland, and surprisingly, WWE 2K22.
Yeah.
That's a
So
game I
right now,
recommend.
I'm happy that like there wasn't the 700 games that they promised on this list. But
Yeah.
like when looking at this list, that's the only thing that I think about. Like it's a strong showing, but they did promise a lot more games. So I'm really curious. Are we gonna actually get those games? Before launch date, are they gonna announce like a second release of like the additional games that should be here? Because they originally said it was gonna be like somewhere between like 600 and 700 games. So,
Maybe I think we'll learn something closer to the date. I think we just have to let this month finish out. June 1st comes. I think it's going to be speculating. I know it releases. Let me pull up the dates real quick of when it's releasing.
thought it
I
was releasing
believe,
June 12th,
June 11th. But I
June
know
11th. Okay.
for I know
Other
for Asia and
territories.
Japan. Yeah, Asia. I know it releases like toward the end of the month. I want to say the 28th or something.
Yeah, Asia, it launches May 24th, Japan June 2nd, South America on June 13th, and Europe, Australia, and New Zealand will receive it June 23rd.
All right. Okay. Yeah, I see it now. Yeah, I thought I
Yeah.
was on. All right. Yeah. So we should be hearing something very shortly, at least, because the 24th is going to be in a couple days here. So
Mhm.
I mean, we'll see what they got in Asia and then Japan. That's weird. Why is Asia and Japan? I don't know. Maybe region thing or something. I don't know, but we'll have to just wait and find out. But anyway, just staying on PlayStation for a bit. Looks like they're having bundles now. PS5 bundles for um, for the Horizon Forbidden West. Looks like I guess it's gonna be probably some people's best shot at getting a PlayStation. It's gonna be available through U.S. listing on the PS Direct store. Uh, it's not available as of yet, but I guess if you register, you can have the opportunity to get one. Are we going to see a bundle like this in stores, or do you think this is just going to be through PlayStation Direct themselves?
Yeah, it'll probably be directly through PlayStation, but yeah, I mean, it's pretty sweet. I'm just really curious to like why like Horizon. I feel like just came out. Like usually get a pretty janky game in these bundles. And I know people have been like trying to sell the consoles with like like GameStop has been doing bundles and Best Buy is doing bundles and things like that. But to have like an official bundle, I'm just really curious because like Sony doesn't need to have an official bundle. Like there's absolutely no reason for them in terms of incentives of selling consoles because every console that hits the store shelves disappears off the store shelves immediately or it doesn't even make it to the store shelves. They're reserving people are reserving it and they're picking it up from their local stores. So just the fact that like they have a Horizon Forbidden West bundle coming is kind of shocking to me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I thought they would have selected like Ratchet and Clank, or maybe even Spider-Man Miles Morales or something.
Yeah.
But the select this game that just came out this year,
Yeah.
that came out this year. That's kind of. I thought they would have went with something a little older. That's just me, but hey, maybe we'll see more of these bundles. I mean, not having GameStop create their own bundles. Like, oh, you can buy these headphones and
Mhm.
then like another controller, all that stuff.
I mean,
It's
this
good to,
bundle does cost more too. So I mean, it does
yeah.
cost more than the basic buying a basic PS5, and
Hmm.
you only save $20.
Yeah.
Like if you were to buy the game separate from the PlayStation 5, you save about $20. So and by just a game how the way like games depreciate over time, like very
Hmm.
much like you're not really saving. You're really not saving much.
No.
And you only get a digital code. Like it's not like you get the game, the physical
Yeah.
game. So
Yes. I
there's a
think it.
couple things to think about there.
Yeah. I think this is gonna try to. And I know I haven't really said this in a while. I think it's gonna maybe stop scalpers from picking this thing up. Maybe. I mean, we'll have to just wait and see. Um,
Yeah, I don't think this is gonna stop scalpers.
you don't think so?
Yeah,
I mean, it could. I mean, maybe it. I don't know. Yeah. Well, maybe I don't think anything will stop scalpers right now, but well, it could. I mean, possibly.
I
But
mean,
we'll just
right
have to
now
wait.
we're seeing things kind of even out. So I mean,
Mm,
Xboxes are on store shelves. Been hearing reports of people finding PlayStations in store. You necessarily can't like pick them up off the shelf and take them with you, but people have been seeing them in store. Like so people could like once again you can purchase them online and you can go in the store and pick them up. So and then also, what we talked about last week, PlayStation's forecast is, they're gonna have 18 million units sold, by the end of this year or by the end of this fiscal year. So that's gonna be 8 million more units than they sold last year. So yeah, I mean, scalpers are I don't think are gonna be a big thing much longer, but yeah, people are starting to get their hands on these consoles. So
I think some scalpers have kind of already given up, like in terms of because I think some of them have some of them, not all of them, have probably lowered the price in some of their because they just want to get rid of it now or whatever. But I mean, we'll just have to wait and see with this. But I mean, hopefully they, props to Sony. At least they're giving away a game and well, not giving away, but giving people the opportunity to buy a game, bundled. But I was just thinking, like I said, I'm surprised it's a game that came out this year.
yeah,
Just I thought it would have been something a little bit older, like Ratchet and Clank, or even
are you mad about it? I'm not mad about it.
no,
I
not at
mean,
all,
if I
not at
was
all.
picking up a PS5, like this is of course the way I would go.
Yeah,
Even already playing Horizon because I'm playing it
hmm
right now, or was playing it on the PS4. So
yeah, definitely. All right, and then one more piece of Sony news before we move on other topics. God of War Ragnarok, which they say they will be out this year. We'll just have to wait and see. I mean, it hasn't been delayed yet, but
I have a
it,
prediction for that later. So I'm
yeah,
gonna tell you. Yeah.
yeah.
I will tell you the release date. Stay tuned on this episode. I will tell you the release date of God of War Ragnarok, and then I will post it on all my social media and drop it in like every Reddit after this episode. So
All right. Yes, sounds good. Yes, we'll have more than 60 accessibility features for the PS4 and the PS5. It is said the features will include full controller customization with players able to choose from several preset layouts or map their controllers themselves to a layout that works best for them. Complex actions will come with preset lists of alternative options, and for actions that require more than one button, several shortcuts can be assigned instead, including touchpad swipes. So this seems like it's a pretty cool feature that they're implementing into the game. Over 60. I think that's like the most in any video game ever. I mean, unless you can think of one that's had more than that.
I never counted them, but you know, Forza had a really strong showing. Like
Yeah,
Forza
that
had
had a
like,
lot.
especially like the sign language one that they had, which I don't know if that's ever been done before. And then yeah, I mean Sony first party's been killing it in terms of accessibility. I just thinking about like what is it? Last of Us, yeah, Last of Us had some great features. Ghost of Tsushima had great features. So it's definitely top of mind for Sony, and I think it actually may be a standard at this point. So yeah, just God of War, like telling people ahead of time, like, hey, if you have any type of disability, you still can probably play this game. Really bodes well for God of War Ragnarok. So that's awesome. Are you still there? You're muted, bud.
Oh yeah, I was saying yeah, definitely yeah. It bodes well for God of War fans, and yes, we'll be talking more about that game and more games later. So definitely stay tuned for our main discussion in this episode. So let's move on to Nintendo, and I guess a country owns now 5% of Nintendo. Looks like they got a 5.01% stake, and that country is Saudi Arabia. According to Bloomberg, Saudi Arabia spent the last year throwing money around the video game industry with strategic investments in companies like Activision Blizzard, Electronic Arts, Take Two, Capcom, and Nexon. Like many of Mohammed bin Salman's dealings, these purchases fall within the Saudi Vision 2030 strategy, established during his mid-decade rise to power, which on paper is meant to diversify the kingdom's oil-centric economy. In reality, however, Saudi Vision 2030 is largely a propaganda campaign focused on whitewashing Saudi Arabia's atrocious human rights record. The regressive monarchy seemingly hopes that aligning itself with entertainment industries around the world might loosen the pursuit strings of businesses worry of investing in the oil-rich country's economy, especially with murder of journalist Jamal Khashoggi and ongoing U.S.-backed Yemeni genocide still looming overhead. So that was according to Bloomberg. But I mean, I think people like freaked out like when they heard the news of Saudi Arabia purchasing Nintendo like just a 5% stake. I mean, they don't own the company. They're not
No,
gonna be making changes or anything like that. It's just they're just
they're not majority
stakeholders.
shareholders. Yeah,
They're not even majorities. Yeah, so they
yeah.
just own a stake in the company. So I think you can relax people.
Very much so. But that article is deep. Oh
Yeah,
man.
yeah, it was pretty deep. Yeah,
Go catch that article on Kotaku.com. But
yeah.
I'm
It will
not.
be in the show notes. It'll be
Yeah, I'm not gonna touch that with a 10-foot pole. I'm just gonna say, yeah, like exactly what you said. Yeah, Nintendo's not going anywhere. You're not gonna see Mario and a desert camo outfit or anything like that. Like, yeah, you're fine.
all right. And more Nintendo news. Not too much Nintendo news this week, but Nintendo continues tweaking the N64 app for Switch Online expansion. They made. I'll talk about the updates first before I talk about the new game that was added. Changes to N64 games in 2.30 update. Star Fox, Dr. Mario 64, and Mario Golf have some changes, so you could definitely check those out. Article will be in our show notes. I would say like what the updates are, but it'd be kind of weird for me to just read it over to you guys. So just go check it out. But a game that was added was Kirby 64, the Crystal Shards.
Mhm.
I have never played this game. like I don't know what it is. Did I just not like Kirby growing up or
Yeah,
something?
that's what it sounds like. I don't understand how you never owned a Kirby game. There's been like 30 Kirby games. So like pretty much your entire life there's been a Kirby game for every year that you've existed. Um yeah, like how have you not like, owned a Kirby game?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. Well, I mean, I didn't. I know he was very popular on the Game Boy, and as you know, I didn't really have like, my first real Game Boy was a Game Boy Advance, and
But you've had several Nintendo consoles. You can't even tell
yeah,
me that.
okay, yeah, okay, yeah. I mean, yeah, Kirby's Dream Land 3 was on the Super NES.
Oh,
Kirby Superstar, I know that was on the Super NES. Kirby Adventure, that kind of came at the end of the NES cycle, so I don't really count that one because that came out like in 92, 93. The Super Nintendo was already got on another level at that point. And then, yeah, Kirby 64, I guess you can say I just maybe ignored them all. Well, I mean, actually, I take that back. I recently did get, I forgot about this Kirby. I got Kirby Robo Planet for the 3DS. So, but I guess this is my first console, real
oh,
console.
oh man,
So
you've been faking us out this entire time. Okay.
yeah, I forgot.
That
Yeah,
counts. That
yeah.
counts.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I got it this year, but
Yeah. Oh, never mind.
but it's a good game though. I mean, that is a good game. I haven't played too deep into it, but yeah, But otherwise, yeah, I haven't really played very much Kirby. So maybe I'll give Kirby 64 the Crystal Shards a go. I'll give it a try. I mean,
Are
have
you
you played
still?
this one? What?
I'm sorry. No, I have not. No.
You have not played it? Okay.
Hmm.
No, no. What Kirby games did you play growing up? I know you had Dreamland and Dreamland 2, was it, for the Game Boy?
Yeah, I had Dreamland. I think I had all the Dreamland. I had Dreamland 1, 2, and 3. And then I had Kirby Superstar.
Yeah, that was on Super NES. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Dream Course, you didn't have that one, did you? Well, I know that's on
no.
the Super NES Classic Edition. I know they put that on there, but
No, I didn't have that one. And then I had one from the Game Boy, and I can't even remember which one that
they've had
was.
so many of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, name like yeah, they all had a Kirby in it. That's about as much as I can tell you. I I can tell you I had a Kirby game, and I can tell you the console. As far as like the specific names,
Hmm.
yeah, I probably can't remember. But Dreamland is easy because there was multiple versions of that one.
Yeah,
So yeah, that one's easy. And then the yeah, see, I already forgot the superstar.
yeah,
Uh,
Kirby Superstar.
yeah, which
I heard
was
it.
which was great because that was like Mario All Stars,
Hmm.
but it was like it was the Kirby version, so you got multiple Kirby games in that one. And that's the thing, that one had 8 Kirby's in it, but I can't tell you what 8 Kirby games it had in it
Yeah,
because
it had.
I just think about it as one game.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I heard it was like multiple Kirby games, and it was just
Yeah,
like, wow. It makes you think, like, damn, he had that many games already.
yeah,
I mean, but it
back
seems
in the
like,
90s. Yeah,
yeah, but even like for I believe the Wii, they put out like a Kirby compilation of like some old games. So it seems like I don't know if it's Sakurai or just Nintendo really loving Kirby or whatnot. It seems like he gets more of the compilation treatment than some of Nintendo's other franchises. Like,
I think he just gets a stronger game treatment. I mean, like what?
yeah,
Like, there's not a lot. Like, he's not like a mainstay. Well, I guess you could consider him a mainstay like character within Nintendo,
hmm,
but he's not big like Mario, or at least he wasn't back in the day. Like,
no, like he was
everyone knew
on.
Mario, like, but not everyone knew Kirby. But the fact that
Yeah.
Kirby has consistently got games
Hmm.
almost every year just a testament. And I think, I don't know, there must be like some secret Kirby cult or something, like where people just play Kirby games, because I don't think they would have made the games if it wasn't selling,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You think back to the '90s, he definitely was not on the level of Mario or Sonic,
Hmm.
and not at all.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's always been a mainstay for Nintendo, like you said. I mean, right now they're making Super Nintendo Land at Universal Studios. I was actually going to be going there later this week. Hopefully, I'll try to take pictures of construction and whatnot,
Okay.
or whatever I can see. But just I don't think they're making a Kirby Land there, at least not yet, anyway.
No.
So I mean, definitely Switch Online subscribers. If you're looking for a new N64 game to play, Kirby 64, the Crystal Shards.
That was the only game they added, though, right? That they
Yeah,
didn't add anything
believe
else.
yeah, I didn't see anything else on the
Yeah.
Sega end or
Are you still paying for that?
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not paying monthly. It's a yearly subscription, so I just
Oh,
paid
okay.
like the
Yeah.
$40. I was just like, all right, just
Yeah.
I
Okay.
got it prorated, so I didn't pay the full price for it. So,
Okay.
but I haven't really played any N64 games mainly because some of those games you really do need an N64 controller. Just
Yeah.
so I mean, but I do want to give Dr. Mario a try though. That was a good N64 game. One of my favorite puzzle games.
Yeah.
All
I like it
right.
on the Super Nintendo. Yeah. I'm sorry, Nintendo. Was it? No, I played it on the Nintendo first. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Dr. Mario. Well, before we move on, yeah, Dr. Mario. It did have a Super Nintendo version. It was bundled with Tetris.
Okay. I probably have that one too.
All
But
right, yeah, it was bundled with Tetris. Moving on to some Xbox news. And of course, Game Pass seems like it makes it onto the show every week. We have a lot of games coming to Game Pass. Some that are already available. We're gonna go through the list of games here. Her Story for PC, Jurassic World Evolution 2, Cloud, Console, and PC. Little Witch in the Woods, which is a game preview for console and PC. Skate for Cloud, and that's through EA Play, by the way. Rangi Generation Special Edition, Cloud, Console, and PC. And all those games are available as of now. And then Farming Simulator 22 is also available as of now. That's for Cloud, Console, and PC. I know Mark is probably playing the hell out of this game right now. He can let us know how it is next time he comes on the show. Uh, Vampire Survivors for the PC is available now. And then coming May 24th, we got Floppy Nights Cloud, Console, and PC. Hard Space Shipbreak also coming to 24th Cloud. No, just that's just PC only. And then May 26th, you got Sniper Elite 5, console and PC. May 27th, Cricket 22 for the PC. And also May 27th, Pac Man Museum Plus, cloud, console, and PC. And that's going to be available on day one with Game Pass. So I know people are excited about that. A few game updates. Grounded, the Bug Strike Back update is now available. And then Xbox Touch controls added to 11 more games. Um, let's see. Amira Blue, Mirar Blue, Contrast, Danganronpa 2, Euden Chronicle, Far Changing Tides, Kentucky Route Zero, Loot River, Paradise Killer, Tainted Grail, Conquest, Townscaper, and Visage. So those 11 games have Xbox Touch controls if you're playing like through your phone, I guess. And then May 31st, you got some games leaving. Bye bye to EA Sports NHL 20.
thank God.
Farming. Yeah, I should have left a year ago. Farming Simulator 19. Knockout City. Resident Evil 7. Biohazard. Spellforce 3. Super Hot. Mind Control Delete. And Yes Your Grace are all leaving Game Pass. So they will be leaving on the 31st. Then we'll be getting into what's coming for Game Pass in May. I mean, for June, excuse me. But until then, any of these games that anyone should be on the lookout for?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I mean, just Game Pass is. I mean, if you just don't buy games, like if you like just don't have money or you have kids, Game Pass is just incredible. I mean, I think the biggest game though, or the biggest two games here, one is going to be Skate. Just being able to play Skate is going to be awesome because the last Skate, I believe Skate 4 is it's been in work for some time. We haven't really heard any updates on it, and we've just been waiting for that one for years, and supposedly it's coming out next year from what I'm understanding. And then the other one is Jurassic World Evolution 2. So if you ever, wanted to be in Jurassic Park, I heard that one's actually pretty fun. So I heard, yeah, it was previously on PC, but looking forward to seeing that one and maybe jumping into that one a little bit. I mean, there's a ton of games here, but those are probably the two that I would probably be the happiest to play right at this moment.
Oh yeah, so I know for me, definitely probably Farming Simulator 22, and then Skate and Jurassic World also look really good to me. Also in terms of like playability of which games you should just play right away.
Mm.
So aside from that, anything else you got on Game Pass, or are you ready to move on?
Uh, I think the only other one is what game is that? It's I don't know. I forgot what it's called, but it's the Warner Brothers one that just it came up on screen not too long ago.
Oh, multiverses.
Yeah, multiverses. I've been hearing some pretty okay things about that one.
Yeah, didn't they
Um,
announce the new characters? I know Tasmanian Devil got announced,
yeah,
Velma, the giant robot guy,
Iron Giant. Yeah,
the Iron Giant. Yeah.
no, they even make
So
some Superman references, so that's great
yeah,
because that speaks back to the movie. Yeah, so multiverses is the other one that been hearing pretty decent things about. I hear it's not like in terms of balance, like the characters aren't necessarily balanced as well as Smash Brothers, but that's
um,
something that could be patched in. So
they're gonna have to. Yeah, because when this game comes out, I mean, I know it's gonna be free to play, but
yeah,
yeah, character balancing, you're gonna have to make it fair. Like
yeah.
if Superman's gonna be fighting Shaggy, you're gonna have to make it fair. I'm sorry, but
Yeah, and that was that's kind of been the like the biggest thing about like all these games, all these Smash Brother clones or Brawlhalla clones that
mhm.
have been coming out. Their characters just don't seem to be that had just don't seem to have that balance.
Well, I
So
mean, Nickelodeon didn't they nerf Michelangelo because wasn't he like way overpowered
yeah,
that they couldn't use him in tournaments or anything like that?
yeah, they banned Michelangelo for a couple months until they can get that patch out. So he's since been patched and he's
Mm.
usable now in tournaments. But yeah.
All right, well, definitely just lot of stuff going on in Game Pass, so
What
definitely
about
check it
you,
out.
bud?
Myself,
Yeah.
anything else with the Game Pass? Believe uh, if you have not yet, give Knockout City a chance before it leaves. I played it a couple times. It is fun if you like dodgeball. Like it's just just like 3-on-3 dodgeball, kind of like a first-person shooter, but instead of shooting guns, you're throwing a ball
Mhm.
at your opponent. So that's pretty fun. So definitely give that a go if you have not yet. Um, pretty fun game, but I don't. Let's see. I think I have it downloaded for Switch, I believe, but if you're looking to play it for free and then maybe buying it later, check it out. I think you'll be disappointed.
Nice.
All right. Yeah, definitely. So, with that being said, next, 505 Games, they had a showcase, and let's see, they announced the anticipated JRPG was more or less absent from this morning's from that event. Instead of focus was on Among the Trolls, Stray Blade, Miasma Chronicles, and Euden Chronicle Rising. Uh, see any of let's see. I'm not really familiar with any of these 505 games. Just want to be honest.
Yeah.
Any of these games here that you're familiar with or that you might be looking forward to in the future with this showcase?
Not really. I would say Euden Chronicles would
Yeah,
be the closest one because we just had the other Euden game came out, which is a
yeah.
sole successor of dang, of course that game leaves my mind. I know I feel like that chat yelling at me I just feel like everyone's yelling at me the answer, but that RPG that we talked about a couple weeks back or like maybe last week, Sequoia, no,
uh,
see.
it's not coming
Uh,
to my mind
yeah.
at the
So
moment.
anyway, this is a spiritual successor to an old school PS2. It was like a PS2 RPG, and it starts with an S, and I can't remember the name at the moment. But anyway, yeah, I think that's the only one that speaks to me. Other than that, it looked like a pretty rough showcase.
Uh,
None of these games really looked that polished.
yeah,
And
nothing.
they're all still works in progress.
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah, nothing to me looked like game of the year material there. I'm just being honest.
yeah,
All right. Moving on. Fall Guys is gonna soon be free to play for all. It's getting overhauled next month. June 21st is going to be the big day. That's the day when it goes free to play. It will be available on the Switch, Xbox, and Epic Games Store that day also. A new PS5 version will feature faster load times and performance upgrades. There will be a new 100 level season pass. Anyone who has already bought the game will get the legacy pack, including Regal Dwarf, Veggie Dog, and other cosmetics. There will be full cross platform play and cross progression on all platforms. I like that a lot.
yeah,
Bad news is, unfortunately, the game is leaving Steam. Of course, because it's going to the Epic Game Store, so
yep.
that makes sense. Have you ever played Fall Guys?
I did.
Uh,
I was in that first wave where like everyone was like, "Oh my god, Fall Guys is the most fun game ever." And
yeah,
it's just like Wipeout. You know, have you ever watched that show Wipeout?
yeah. I've seen
Yeah.
Wipeout is funny, but yeah,
Yeah. So it's like Wipeout with but these like little marshmallow characters. Yeah, no. So I was in that first wave. I played it for maybe a week. I tried to get my wife to play it with me. And she played it a little bit, but like she wasn't like, "Oh, I have to play this like every day." They like this is the most exciting game. Yeah, and it was good. I enjoyed it for the time that I played it. I never got first. I probably only got like third, maybe two times out of like the 100 times that I played. So that is, I mean, that's not a like a indication, indentation, indication of my gamer skills. You know, very much. Fall Guys definitely has a certain feel. It's definitely partly luck and timing, but yeah, I think this is gonna be big, really big for Fall Guys. The fact that it's going cross-platform, it's not going to just be on Sony's console anymore. The fact that Epic Games picked it up, I
mm,
think is just going to be huge for this game, and it's going to keep it going. It needs to go. It needs to go free to play because I think I'm not the only one that fell off of the game. I think
yeah,
I think definitely think it has its audience, but I
mm,
think for what it was, I think a majority of the people played it for that first week, maybe
yeah.
that first couple weeks, and then fell off the game.
It seems
But
like it had a
yeah,
big downfall like after the first like month or so. Like no one was talking
yeah,
about the game anymore. I'm just being real. But when I
mhm,
saw, I never got a chance to play it myself. But when I saw it, I was just like, why isn't this on other consoles? Like that was like my first thought, like Switch, Xbox. But I mean, June 21st, that'll be the day. I'll probably just wait till then to give it a try.
yeah,
So I mean, I'm sure people will be playing it for. I think people will be playing it more consistently now that it's going across everything. So it'll be wider audience, all that good stuff. But with that, any more thoughts on Fall Guys? You're gonna get back into it when it goes free to play?
no, no. I There's just honestly like it's becoming like it's a good thing because there's so many free to play games like where you can like really like find that game for you and like jump in and get a get a little bit of it, but you know, everyone has a season pass. Everyone's gonna be a grind. Fall Guys really relies heavily on the costumes
Yeah.
and the cosmetics, and that's not my thing. Like, I have to be like really, really in love with the game for me to like purchase a season pass. Um, and I think the last game I did that with was with Destiny, and that
Mm,
was like a year and a half ago. And then I ranked up to level 100. I got my all my cosmetics. I got everything. Got all my weapons and everything. And then I was like, okay, that's cool. And then I saw the next season's like armor set, and I was like, okay, well, I don't want that, so I'm not gonna even bother. I'm not gonna pay any extra, and I dropped off. And like Destiny has some pretty intricate armor and things like that. So like a Fall Guys, like you know replica of being like ninja or a dinosaur or just some of those like more generic things doesn't really speak to me. it's, 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 it's not going to drive me to pay to play. And then in terms of the free to play, like I don't know, I'd rather just play like a great single player game than like kind of like these like kind of basic games. They're fun,
Yeah, they
especially
are.
especially if you have friends. But like but yeah, I'd rather play like something of more significance with a great story.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, the game is not for everybody, but I mean, it is fun. It has its audience, and there will be people out there playing it. All right. So Take Two, the developer Take Two, is will release over 30 games by 2025, including new ports and remasters. Just list some of the games that they plan on putting out within the next year are the following: Marvel's Midnight Suns later this year, Kerbal Space Program 2 for the PC in early 2023, NBA 2K 20, 2K 2020, yeah, NBA 2K 23, yeah, PGA Tour 2K23, WWE 2K23. Looks like that just recently got announced. Um, let's see, 10 independent games, 20 mobile games like the GTA trilogy in 2023, 7 mid-core games. Yeah, they plan on putting out a lot of games, and then have you heard of some of the remasters that they might be putting out?
I'm trying to find. Do you have, I don't see a list of the remasters.
Yeah, I know I saw something
Yeah.
on it, but I don't know. Maybe it was another article or something. I don't know. But what's a game that Take Two's put out that you would like to see remastered?
Oh gosh. It's a
Sorry to
uh
put you on the spot there.
no. I think the easy answer is
Oh
gonna
wait,
be Bully.
Bully, yeah, Bully,
Yeah.
Bully, yeah.
Yeah.
That was what I was reading about Bully. I think everyone would love to see him put out a new Bully. So I mean, but with that being said, Bully, and then maybe more of these GTA trilogy games, or the mobile games like the GTA trilogy. But we'll just have to wait and see with that. But
Well,
Take Two.
it's so big into mobile because I mean,
Hmm.
20 of the 30 games that they're gonna put out are gonna be mobile games.
Yeah,
So yeah, that just kind of shocked me. I was like, oh wow.
yeah.
I was like, I didn't really did not know they had such a big mobile division. So that's kind
Yeah,
of
it
surprising.
was kind of, yeah. I didn't know they did either, but I mean, it's good to see. I mean, NBA 2K obviously is not going anywhere, and WWE they signed a new one with them, and there were rumors that they might be going with EA, but apparently that's not happening. And I think the series is in a good spot right now as a player of WWE 2K22.
Hmm.
It does really well. I mean, hopefully they make improvements with 2K23. But we'll just have to wait and see. Getting on to Konami, it is reportedly working on 3 Silent Hill projects. So if you're a big fan of the Silent Hill series, they got three of those games coming.
Reportedly.
Reportedly, yeah,
Yeah.
reportedly. It is Konami at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you always gotta. Well, I mean, hey, they're putting out the Ninja Turtles collection, so you gotta give them a little credit where credit's due. But,
Well, that's the thing. They've been putting out a ton of remasters, like
oh, yeah,
which
Castlevania also. So, I mean, I
yeah,
guess
and they've been
that's.
making bank off of them. That's the great part. Like they've been putting out these remasters, like they're not putting like a ton of funds into them, and then they're definitely making a significant profit off of them. So now it lends in their favor to really put out other games, because Konami was more profitable in 2021 than they've ever been before in their existence. And that's with putting out like those Silent Hills and Metal Gears before. So, which says a lot because they spent less, but they made more. So, something to think about, something to take into
Yeah,
account.
yeah, definitely. Did you ever play any of the old Silent Hill games, or not your cup of tea, or
I did. I played a couple on some demo disc back in the day, like when I used to like
demo
get my
disc?
play my PlayStation magazine, and then like Silent Hill would be on it. But damn, man, Pyramid Head and the Devil Nurse or whatever she's called.
Hmm.
Yes, just Silent Hill was too a little bit too gruesome for me, and it's a little bit too obscure too. just like walking around in like foggy areas and trying to like find out where to go. Very much like kind of almost Resident Evil style,
Yeah.
but not like third person, like isometric. More like it was first person from what I remember. And so actually it might have been third person. Was it first or third? I don't remember. Anyway, yeah, no, I
Mm.
didn't play the games too much, so that just speaks to my
Yeah,
knowledge about
same
them.
here. I didn't
Yeah,
really. I was more, Resident Evil fan when it came to that. With Capcom as opposed to Silent Hill. I mean, it
yeah.
wasn't really my cup of tea growing up. But hey, if you're a fan, reportedly there are 3 new games in development from Konami. We can only hope that this is true from them. But
Yeah, that'd be absolutely incredible because they haven't
yeah,
made any big AAA games in a long, long time. So
yeah, yep.
I think yeah, I don't even know what the last game they made. Yeah, but
Thought it was
they're
that like a track and field Olympic game or something. I could be wrong, but
okay.
I don't know. I forget the name of it, but
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, we'll just have to wait and see with that. All right. A delay alert. Well, this one I don't think was as popular as the last delay alert, but we're going to be getting into that in a bit. Actually, Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown, and this looks like a pretty sweet racing game too. This is getting delayed until at least 2023. And a little bit of other bad news on this game is they have canceled the PS4 and Xbox One versions of this game. So now your picks will only be PS5, the Xbox Series X and S, PC, and surprisingly, the Nintendo Switch. They canceled the PS4 and the Xbox One version, but they're still going to put out the Switch version.
yeah, that's
Uh,
weird.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the Switch version will come out later. I don't think it'll be released with the other 3 platforms, but you never know.
Yeah,
But yeah, another delay until 2023, and this game actually looks pretty sweet. So, any thoughts on this getting canceled or the previous gen consoles versions being canceled?
yeah. I mean, just just the test drive series in general. Like, I didn't even know they still had this like around.
Mm,
I thought this series like died a long time ago, but the fact that it's still around is surprising in itself for me. Other than that, I mean, I think we're going to be seeing a little bit more of this. I think Gotham Knights like kind of did set a precedent. Like it's like,
yeah.
hey, like if you can't, or if you don't have like the resources to put out the game, or if you just don't want to worry about it if you don't want to put the money into it because there's enough new generation consoles out there, then you definitely don't necessarily need to. Because I mean, if you take Xbox, I mean Xbox, they don't put out their numbers, but it's approximated that they have about like 16 million units out there.
Mm,
PlayStation is around 19 million based on their last numbers. So I mean, just by those numbers, I mean, you're dang near 40, you're almost at
yeah.
40 million,
Mm,
which is a sizable audience in
yeah.
many regards. So I mean, if you want to put your best foot forward and put out the best game possible, it's great, to cancel last gen. It just sucks when you like
Mm,
when a company is like, "Hey, yeah, we're gonna put out the game cross-platform on last generation and this generation, so everyone can play," and then they
mm.
come back and like kind of just like
Yeah, it doesn't look good
yeah,
for the company, in my opinion, especially like if the first party studios themselves, like Sony and Microsoft, aren't doing that.
yeah,
Why are the third parties doing it?
yeah,
That's what I'm getting at. And it's just not a good look,
yeah,
especially since even though it's easier to get a Xbox Series X or S. I know it's a little simpler to get one now, but I mean, people are still struggling to get it, and
yeah,
especially here in America with inflation right now. I don't think. I mean, there are going to be some people who are going to be quite conservative before getting their next console, regardless.
yeah, absolutely.
So I mean,
Yeah,
it's
no,
not a good look.
yeah, I mean, realistically, like if this was like a single player game that there's going to be like continued generations on, like then I can see like I can understand the delay a little bit more. I can kind of understand like kind of what Gotham Knights did, but just the fact that this is a racing game, um, and they delayed it on previous gen consoles, and like racing games are notorious.
Hey, you still there, Finest? Your mic died. All right. Well, looks like you're still muted. Can you hear me? One, two, three. All right, cool. Yeah, you're still muted. So you want to go ahead and do that last take? All right. No worries. We will just move on to the next story. Then let's see. Microsoft and the Activision Blizzard deal is moving pretty quick. In a recent interview with Belgium's Aleco, Microsoft President and Vice Chairman Brad Smith offered some fresh details about progression of the big deal with them. Um, Pretty much, he said that it's moving fast, at least fast enough for an acquisition of this size. We have received requests for information on this subject here in Brussels, but also in London and Washington. We answer questions, we give briefings, and we provide the information requested. Um, One of our attorneys summed it up nicely by saying, "We're coming to the end of the beginning, and now we're entering the beginning of the middle. It's a long process, and we're still at the stage where we're answering questions. For us, of course, the sooner it is done, the better. We will respect the process." Well, I mean, I guess it's moving along just fine. Looks like there's been no bump in the roads, with the attorneys, all the business stuff, the FTC. Looks like this deal is scheduled. When was it scheduled to be complete? June of 2023, right? Or it's the summer of
Yeah,
20?
yeah,
Yes.
just yeah, by the first half of 2023 of next year. So
All right. Yeah. So, yeah. With that being said, looks like it's gonna be. I'm not gonna say done early, but it's looking like it's moving right along. It's not paused or stuck anywhere. So I suppose that's good for Microsoft and I guess Activision and Blizzard and maybe and then we'll see what the gaming scope will be once it's in their hands. But like they said, they're gonna honor any other contracts that they've had with other studios, whether it be
yeah,
Sony, Nintendo. So they're not running away from them just yet. I
yeah,
mean,
Sony has deals with them up all the way into 2023. So
uh
that'll be curious to see what comes from that.
and then, but like I said, I think I said this before. I really think if they do have any deals with Nintendo, Microsoft and Nintendo have played nice in the past before. So, like if if they were gonna do a new Crash Bandicoot game or Spyro game or something like that, I could see that easily being on the Switch. Maybe. I mean, Super Lucky Tail's on the Switch. Cuphead is on the Switch. Well,
Yeah,
actually, Cuphead's on Sony now too, I believe. But
yes, it is.
so I mean, they played nice with them before, so I can see that happening. But I mean, good for the deal that it's you know in the works and no bumps in the road. At least not yet, anyway. At least it's not stalled and we're at a pause. At least not yet. All right. So with that being said, we are going to go into our main discussion, and that's is going to be game delays. Delay
Yay!
alert, delay alert. We talk about it all the time. I do the delay alert sound on this podcast at least every other week. So, Finance, you want to do me a favor, run down some of the games that have been delayed in 2022 so far that is coming that is coming out either later this year or a release date that has not been announced yet. You want to run down through some of these games?
Yeah, yeah, no problem.
Mm.
I will take it over. So, games that have been delayed this year. So, let's go ahead and start with Stalker 2, Hearts of Chernobyl. And then we have also King Arthur, Knight's Tale. Let's see. Hold on one second. Let me just check in the dates on this. Okay, so King Arthur's Knight's Tale actually just came out, so never mind on that one. Um,
Yeah, same thing with Ghost Runner. That's
Yep.
already out.
Yep. Let's see. Dying Light 2 for the Nintendo Switch been delayed. Call of Duty Warzone Pacific and the Vanguard Season 2.
Well, that already came out. That came out back
Oh,
in
see,
February.
I'm doing horrible. Okay.
All right.
Mm,
Life is Strange remastered collection for the Nintendo Switch. Rumbleverse. Battlefield. Oh wait, no, yeah, the season one pass. Yeah, that got delayed for Battlefield 2042. Who's still playing that game though?
Who knows?
The Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. That's a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big one that got delayed from 2022 to spring of 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Martha is Dead, PS5, PS4 physical versions.
That one came out. Yep.
That that came okay. Little Orpheus console ports, PC ports. That got March. That got delayed. The Settlers, um, Halo Infinite co-op campaign that's been delayed. Yeah, I know Microsoft has not had a good year with first party titles. Forspoken got delayed. Advance Wars 1 and 2 reboot camp. Uh, Exomecha was delayed. Roller Champions, EA Sports PGA Tour, Sons of the Forest, and of course the big one, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2, or it still doesn't even have a title yet, but yet it's
Yeah, it's delayed.
uh, Two Point Campus, The Witcher 3 Next Gen, uh, the day before. Oh wait, that came out the day before it came out already. Redfall was delayed. Starfield was delayed. Uh, Dying Light 2, Story DLC, Kerbal Space Program 2. And yeah, that's pretty much sums up the list of delays we've gotten so far in 2022. And then I will link the IGN article that we took this from in the show notes. They have a survey at the end of the list, and which game delay of 2022 has been the most disappointing. I answered the question. I'm not going to tell you what my answer was, but
Why not?
53%. All right, I chose Starfield, and that's about what they said here. 53.9% of the people who answered the survey said that Starfield has been the most disappointing, with Breath of the Wild 2 coming in second.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And just thinking about the topic of this week, I think I I don't know if I'm more excited. I think I'm Breath of the Wild. I'm more excited for. I'm more
Hmm.
hyped for. Next year. So I really wish I would have came out this year, even though I don't know what this lineup for fall is looking like. But
We can
yeah,
only speculate right
Starfield.
now.
It's weird because Starfield is. I'm most disappointed with Starfield being delayed for this year, but I'm most hyped for Breath of the Wild next year. So
Yeah, I think for me, I am pretty hyped for. I really want to see what Starfield brings. Uh, but I'm also pretty hyped for Breath of the Wild also. But in terms of like what's coming out in 2022 that I'm hyped for, I'm a little bummed that Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp is still just sitting there. I mean, we know the game is finished. I mean, because it got
yeah,
delayed
but
for other reasons, but I
yeah,
mean,
everything that's going on in Russia,
in
so
Ukraine, but I
in the
mean,
Ukraine, yep.
so it's hopefully they have some announcements for us soon on that with the Advance Wars. I think that was kind of a bummer, but
I mean, the last announcement was it's not coming out till next year. So
mhm,
it was the last announcement.
yeah. So and then Forspoken. Did we say that on this list? Forspoken. That
Yeah,
is
we did.
all right. Yeah. So that's another one that I'm kind of excited for coming out this fall. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna play it myself, but I know a lot of
Why
people
then?
are.
Why are you excited about it?
But I mean, it looks exciting for anyone that's into RPGs, and it does look like a good game. But
Yeah, no, it had a pretty good showing.
yeah,
Like the last trailer that they did for when they announced when it was delayed. They
uh,
also released a trailer, and that trailer was pretty good. It really focused on the magic. Ooh, pardon me.
uh,
It really
you're
focused.
good.
It really focused on the magic. So that was pretty nice.
And then Two Point Campus and Rumbleverse. Looks like Rumbleverse, I guess, is to be determined sometime in 2022. And then Two Point Campus, that looks like a all right game. Are you interested in any of those?
No, I can't say I'm really interested in any of those smaller games. Yeah, none of the DLCs, none of the games, like all those are kind of like whatever's to me.
All right, so I think we've determined what the late games we're excited about. Is there any game that's on the docket right now for the rest of the year that you think will or will not be delayed?
Ooh. Okay.
This
So
is oh man, yeah.
I
This
can
is
say this is what I was speaking to earlier. So a lot of people think God of War is going to be delayed.
yes.
God of War is not going to be delayed.
It's not gonna get delayed.
It's not going to be delayed. It's coming out 11/11/22.
11/11/22.
You heard it here first.
11
God of
11 20.
War is gonna take over Starfield's day. Xbox is dang messed up. God of War is now gonna come out on that day, slap in the face to Xbox, and then
They
yeah,
would do some shit like that. They
yeah,
would.
exactly right.
Still
So
does, yeah, still
yeah,
doesn't have a release date yet as I'm
doesn't have
looking,
a release date. Yeah,
you know. So I mean, we'll have to just wait and see what happens in terms of the release date with God of War. I mean, I'm looking at some of the games that I'm looking forward to. I would be very surprised if Saints Row gets delayed again. I mean, I think August. I mean, right now I think they chose a month where not a whole lot's going on. At least not right now in terms of what's confirmed. Shredder's Revenge. We've been hearing, summer. I've been hearing sometimes after Games Fest in early June, we will have a release date.
it's coming soon for
It's
sure.
it's coming soon. I don't think
Yeah,
that will get delayed. I think Casey Jones will probably be DLC though. As for the Cowabunga collection, still no idea on that, but it would make sense to put that out first because I think that will just get ignored unless they plan on making money on the collector's edition. And then other games coming out this year, Gotham Knights, I think is set for October 25th. That would be, I think a lot of DC fans would riot if that game got delayed again. We'll have to wait and see, but I don't think anything on the Nintendo first party side will be delayed. Usually, they don't get delayed. Like Splatoon 3, I think is set in stone for September 9th. Um, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 July 29th. I think those are going to be set in stone. But yeah, right now, I mean, we'll just have to wait and see in terms of what might get delayed. Sonic Frontier, I think that's getting delayed. I don't think they're ready for it, but Sega says, "Hey, it's coming out this year." But
I I could see the Pokemon games getting delayed.
okay,
Yeah,
Pokemon is getting delayed. Okay.
yeah. I'm not saying it's getting delayed.
Oh,
I'm
oh,
saying
oh,
that.
oh! I thought you said you read an article. Oh, you can
No,
see that
no,
getting
no, no.
delayed.
I
Okay.
could see that getting delayed. Yeah.
Okay.
I can see Nintendo pushing that back if they're not ready to go. But
Yeah, Pokemon Scarlet, I believe, and Violet. Yeah,
yeah,
Scarlet and Violet. I mean, right now there are no release dates, so I mean, hey, if it goes into 2023, it goes in. So yeah, there's no set date for that yet. Um, but I mean, yeah, it's. I mean, I understand at the end of the day on the business side, especially if a game's not ready. Like, hey, do what you gotta do, take your time. But I mean, does it bring us to the classic fact that do you think sometimes these studios announce games too early,
yeah,
like Metroid Prime 4,
yeah,
Bayonetta 3?
yeah. I yeah. I mean, it's just amazing how often history repeats itself. But I just studios like you never know what's gonna happen. Like you never thought a pandemic was gonna hit.
Mm-hmm.
You never thought like all these things are gonna happen. You know, you never think things are going to happen in your personal life. You know, you just
Yeah.
go your days and assume that everything's going to be fine every day,
Mm-hmm.
not really knowing what's going to happen. So, yeah, you just don't want to announce, you know, a date, because essentially when you announce a date, and I went into this in my rant last week, but when
Yeah.
you announce a date, you're setting an expectation, and it's equivalent to a promise.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not meeting that date, at that point you become a liar. So, you know, things do happen. So don't announce a date until you're ready. And I know there's a lot of marketing ties and other aspects that fall into that. You know, we saw with Halo when they delayed their game, like they had like Halo energy drinks coming out before the game was released. They had all these marketing partnerships that like were like, well, we can't hold on to this stuff for a year, so it has to come out.
Yeah.
And
They
it
had no
came out
choice.
even without the game. So yeah, there's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot of factors that happen. But yeah, just if you hold, you just need to hold on as tight as you can, or even delay like partnerships or whatever that may look
Yeah.
like. But um yeah.
Yeah, because because like you said last week, you know, you're having a little remorse now on like buying your Xbox. I mean, I know you know it's a next gen console, but it's
Yeah.
like if the first parties ain't putting out stuff for it, then it's like because I mean, let's be real. I mean, Forza Horizon 5, good game, but to me, just a lot more like the fourth one. You know, so I mean, that's really like the only first party game that's come out for it, and you know, Halo, but the co-op part is it's not even like finished yet. So it's like.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, they've been having a rough go, you know.
Yeah, literally I have an Xbox Series X for the third parties,
Mm.
which is great, which is absolutely crazy. But yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure some first party games. We'll see some first party soon games soon. We just gotta be a little more patient with it. But you
More
know,
patient with the Xbox.
yeah,
Been waiting like 12 years.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
All right. Enough with the delays. Delay alert. No one chimed in today with our chat Q&A or anything like
nah, it's
that.
been
So
quiet on the chat side. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So we'll just get into the release rundown and put this episode in the books. Let's see, coming out next week, Hard Space Shipbreaker coming to the PC May 24th. Uh, Nino Kuni Crossworld, excuse me, coming to PC, iOS, and Android. Roller Champions coming to PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. With the PS5 and Xbox Series X and S, you can probably use backwards compatibility if you want to play those. Sniper Elite 5 coming to the PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Kale the Kangaroo coming to the PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. And Pac-Man Museum Plus coming to pretty much everything May 27th, and that's a day one for if you have Xbox Game Pass. Pac-Man Museum. So, any of these games that you're interested in, or any of these games our viewers or listeners should be interested in? F.
I'm I don't know. Nino Kuni was such a good game on the PlayStation. You might want to look out for that one. It's tough to say. The other one I would say is, I mean, Sniper Elite. It's been around for a while now, so if you're into that, I mean, you'll know. And the last one, Roller Champions, was delayed quite a few times, so I'm actually a little bit curious about that one. But I feel like that's going to be very much in the realm of a knockout or a Fallout Guys or something to that regard. Even though it's going to be a paid game,
Mm,
um, I don't think it's going to be phenomenal by any means, but just the fact that it was delayed so many times, I'm kind of
yeah.
curious to see what that brings to the table.
Yeah, I'm looking at the previews now for Roller Champions. It looks like I'll be passing on this one. I'm just being straight up. Like,
Yeah,
probably not
no,
out.
that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, play Knockout City.
Yeah. Well,
uh,
any other games that you'd be possibly interested in?
Pac-Man Museum looks pretty interesting. If you were a fan of Pac-Man, I wasn't the biggest fan of Pac-Man growing up, and then uh, Kato the Kangaroo. I'm trying to figure out what this game's about. Is it like a kangaroo that just wears boxing gloves, or
I feel like this is a remake of a game. Like, it
yeah?
wasn't KO the Kangaroo like an old game? Like,
I feel like it was like a old movie or something like with that kangaroo. I think what's his name was in it. Anthony Anderson, I think was it. I forgot, but yeah, I mean, it looks all right. I mean, if you were looking for something new, I mean, maybe that one. Sniper Elite, we all know that's been around a while, and
mhm.
then that's pretty much it that I would suggest for maybe this week. I know May has been kind of a rough month in terms of games. I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot's come out, but I mean nothing. I mean, yeah, nothing that's just like wowing or anything like that. But I
Yeah.
think a lot of people were waiting for what's happening in the early June.
Yeah, I think when June hits, we're gonna get a lot of first like day one drops for Summer Games Fest and even for Xbox's um for their showcase. What
Yeah,
is that in a couple weeks, like 3 4 weeks?
yeah,
So yeah, we'll get. I feel like we'll get a lot of first day and day one announcements on that one, and then we'll get the lineup for really the rest of the year in the next month or so. So something
yeah,
to look forward to. But yeah, none of these games are really bangers. I have
yeah.
like 10 Pac-Man games, so I don't need any more of that.
Yeah, Pac-Man. I'm good with Pac-Man, man. And then just, yeah. I mean, if you are going to get any of these games, just let us know. Game and Watch Podcast at gmail.com, and just we anyway. With that being said, that's going to do it for the show. For Fighting Stabs, RV Gaming, OVG, the F Man. This is Justin Reed, Too Tall for You Fool, saying so long. Catch us on the next episode of the Game and Watch Podcast.
Yep.
Talk to
Thanks
you
for
later, no.
watching.
Thanks
Peace
for
out.
watching. Thanks for listening. Peace out. Lates.